Alright, so let me show you guys what I'm working with. We got some rice, some veggies, and some chicken. That's it. Don't ask me what. I mean, you probably know what it is, but that's it. That's it. Oh, yes. It's funny because originally, if it does this thing, I can do that. Okay. So then I will move it like this, and then do this. Perfect. Okay. Let's see if it sticks. Okay, yeah, like that. Alright. Okay. That's cool. It's funny because originally I was like, you know what? I'm gonna fast today, blah 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 blah. But it don't look like I'm fasting today, man. It don't. So I'm just going with the flow, really. I'm just going with the flow. How funny would it be if I get paid to eat and like review food and things like that? It would be funny. I guess some people do that. They call like taste testers or something, right? And you know we all eating every day. So what if you could get paid for eating? That's like a dream job. That would be very funny. But the funny thing is, I got restaurants following my page now and everything like that. Sometimes you're so hungry you don't even feel it. But you start eating and then you're like, wow, I'm very hungry. I know some people are gonna be like, why don't you use your hands? Because I don't feel like getting my hands dirty. I feel like this is a deja vu moment. With me and my somebody went to a restaurant and then I ate ribs with these, and that's the exact same thing I told that person. Gotta be careful which words I use because you don't want to bring too much attention to people. You know what I mean? Because that's not really the point. People used to always be so intrigued by the way I eat. So I guess things don't really change, huh? Things don't really change. Somebody made some Rasta pasta recently. I really wonder what that tastes like. Mm-mm-mm. Rasta pasta. Rasta pasta. That's how I'm gonna call this thing. Rasta pasta. So the reason why I'm laughing is because would you rather eat Rasta pasta or monkey meat? That's a weird question, I know. But I know 99% of y'all never ate monkey meat. That's why I said that. Ah. But basically, this is a story, okay? So, uh, one of my nephews, is it my nephew? Yeah. So, one of my nephews got married, and basically, he's older than me. So basically, in Africa, when we got two different, that's four, but two different marriages. Like, there's the traditional marriage, and then there's the marriage at the mayor's office, right? So I think I went to the mayor's office one, but I don't remember. What I do remember though is that we went to the girl's family's village, right? So we went deep, deep, deep in the forest, and yeah, we went to her village to meet her family and everything like that. And we brought, the dowry and all of that, the freaking marriages and stuff like that. I'll be right back. And so basically, man, this is crazy. I probably shouldn't even talk about this, but it did happen. So whatever. So like I said, we went to the girl's family house, and you know, we came with. Anyway, so we went there, and they had this elaborate ceremony and everything, and there was food and drinks, and they were happy to see us. It was a marriage, traditional marriage. So of course we had the dancers. It was amazing actually. Like very colorful, very beautiful, very rhythmic, very. I wish I could have recorded that time, but it's cool. But anyway, so we had the ceremony and everything, right? And then it was time for us to go eat. So, they had all types of booch meat, right? That's what y'all be calling it, right? Booch meat. And I guess so. So there was different plates and things like that, and I never had most. I mean, I had some of the food that they were serving before, but it wasn't anything special or interesting. But then there was this interesting looking meat that was kind of dark in texture and everything like that. I was like, oh, what's that? And then they were like, oh yeah, that's monkey right there. I was like, monkey? It's like I never had no monkey. Like the closest, like the thing in Gabon, like one of the bush meat that we be eating, that most people eat or whatever, is like wild boar, right? Like wild pigs or whatever. And that's it. But monkey, that's rare, at least to my knowledge. You know what I mean? Because in Gabon, we very uppity in a way. Like, a lot of people think they're French. You know what I mean? I mean, you can't really blame them because we're colonized by the French and everything like that. So we inherited a lot of their culture, but we still have our own culture as well. So we kind of a blend and a mix of both cultures. And so, anyway, so there was monkey there. So I took a little bit of everything, different kind of meat or whatever. So I took some of that monkey meat, you know what I mean? And I tried it. And man, it was interesting to say the least, you know what I mean? It was interesting. The texture, I'll never forget the texture. I would. Man, I know a lot of y'all probably disgusted at this point, but I don't even know why y'all watching this video to make it weird. But anyway, so the texture of it was interesting because it didn't taste like any kind of meat that I had before. This particular meat was, the best way I can describe it to you is, imagine if you season chocolate cake. That's the best way I can describe it. It was basically like, like you bite into it and then there's no resistance. Like, how meat, sometimes you chew into meat and it's like a basketball, you know what I mean? Like I'm laughing because I have a flash in my head, like a memory. Like, that's a sad story, by the way, but me and somebody went to a friend's house, and she made dinner for us. I mean, not dinner or lunch. Well, it was it. I think it was like dinner, and she had this meat, this steak, and it was pretty. It's like we're chewing it, but man, that meat was bouncy. Like my girl at the time was like, "Man, this meat bouncy as hell," and it's like everybody was thinking it like while we eating, and then she said it, and everybody was laughing, man. So that's one thing I love about her to this day. Like she's extremely funny. I think that's why I fell in love with her because she's funny. Like she will make you laugh. You know what I mean? Like you want to be around people like that. Yeah. So anyway, so back to the monkey meat. It was the complete opposite. Like it was no bounciness when you chew it. Uh, yeah, it was alright. You know what I mean? It was just meat. But one thing I remember to this day is that, and it's probably the first and last time that I ate it because you're not gonna find it. You know what I mean? In the city, not to my knowledge, of course. Maybe you do now, but it's one of those things you can only find when you go deep, deep, deep in the villages and countryside. If you like to call it that. But y'all can't be judging me because I ate monkey meat because y'all be eating what y'all be eating. So to each his own, man. To each his own. Africans do weird stuff. Y'all do weird stuff too. So we're not going to sit up here in front. But that was interesting. Like I never thought about it much, you know what I mean? But like one time I talked to a friend and I told him like I don't even know how we got into that subject for real. And that's a sign I need to call him because his birthday was very recently. He was born December 1st. So I think he's a Sagittarius. I need to call him. He's one of my big homies. But yeah, so why did I said all that to say, yeah, we got into the subject and I don't even know how we got into that. But when I said it, it wasn't a reaction that, because for me, like, I never really thought about it, you know what I mean? Because when I ate it at the time, I was like, what? I want to say like 11, 12 or something like that. Yeah, I was hella young. I'm still hella young, but you know what I mean? Like, I was like 11 or 12. And so I didn't really think about it much, you know what I mean? I was just like, okay, monkey, cool. It's just another meat or whatever. It wasn't until years later, and I talked about it to an American, like from the culture, you know what I mean? And I said it, and I realized, okay, this is not normal. So that's why I'm talking about it now, I guess, just to share a story. So yeah, I know y'all gonna judge me anyway, so take your best shot. But yeah, that's pretty much it. What else did I want to talk about? Oh yeah, and I talked about it to another friend, and they had a pretty similar reaction. Like it was like, "You ate a monkey? Like, don't you know monkeys are like humans? Like, are you a cannibal? Blah 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 blah." He didn't say that, but you don't gotta say that. I know what he's thinking. You know what I mean? But he definitely looked at me different. He looked at me different from that, when I said that. So yeah, man, it's funny. Like when you around different people and different cultures, you eat different things. So I'm pretty sure those people don't really think much about it, right? It's just a meat that they eat. But to us, who live in the big cities, that's strange. But hey, I mean, I guess you gotta do what you gotta do, right? It's not like they can go to Target or to Giant or to Whole Foods because they live in the jungle. So what are they supposed to eat? You know what I mean? They gotta get it how they live. So it is what it is, man. It is what it is. But this one is definitely one for the books. I'll say that. I'll definitely say that.